Hi, I'm Kelsey from the blog My Simply Simple, and I've had a lot of requests to kind of demonstrate how I style my hair. I have naturally curly hair, but I think my process is a little bit different than most people. So first of all, start off, I shower at night typically. I find that if I style my hair curly at night and then sleep on it and then get up and do it real quick in the morning, that works best for me. So I just got out of the shower. All I've done is I've brushed my hair. I typically brush with just a simple paddle brush, nothing too special about it. But I just brush it through, kind of get all the rats out, but I make sure it's really like soaking wet at this point. The worst thing you can do really is brush curly hair once it starts to dry at all. You're just gonna create frizz. So I do that, and then I kind of go through it with a pick. The whiter the better, because the less you're going to disturb the curls. But I just take it and kind of go through with my hair. And I don't make a part when I do my hair. I leave it all straight back because I find that it usually lets it fall a little bit more naturally. So I do that, and then I always put some type of hydrating lotion in the hair. Right now I'm using this anti-humidity smoothing milk. You can really use just about anything. Any kind of like leave-in conditioner, anything like that is really best. So I usually use quite a good portion, work it through my hands, and then work it from root to tip through the hair. I'm really just trying to add as much moisture to the hair as possible. Okay, and then I followed up with this Miss Jessie's Pillow Soft Curls. I really like this stuff. I bought this at Target, but I know you can buy it online, probably at a couple of pharmacy stores and stuff like that. But it's a really great product. I use just about like the same amount. It smells really great. It holds the hair well without making it really crunchy or anything like that. So I've used this probably for about 6-9 months now, and I really like it. So same thing, work it from root to tip. Always rinse off my hands afterwards, just kind of get some of the excess off. And then, fun part, I flip my head over about 3 or 4 times, just to try to help loosen up the curl a little bit. And then leave my head down, and then I scrunch. And by scrunch, I don't mean I like rigorously mess it up. I just take my hands and squeeze up, and then just squeeze in the hair. And I do this all over my head. Just kind of encouraging the curl, but not trying to mess up the curl at all. Once I think I've gotten most of it, flip my head back over, and you can see most of it is kind of coming through naturally. And then what I do next is I kind of concentrate on the areas where I tend to get frizzy the most. For me, that's the front of my hairline around my face, and then underneath next to my neck. So in order to help kind of prevent that frizz from coming on, I manually kind of encourage the curl. So I pull first from right over my ears, and I take that section and I actually smooth it out. So I'm actually taking out the curl that I was just encouraging, so a little bit backwards there. But I'll take it through till it's all nice and smooth, all the rats are out, and then I actually manually curl it with my finger. And as you can see, I'm actually curling it towards my face. That's the way I prefer to do it, but you can do it the opposite if you want. But I just kind of go around and then give it a nice little scratch. And you can see it's just a pretty perfect sort of curl. I always just like to say I'm just kind of taming it where I already know it's gonna go crazy. So I do the same thing. I just go do it there, and then I go up and do it in this section. Same thing towards my face. And I just curl it around. And make sure you not only concentrate at the root, but you're bringing that curl all the way down to the tip. I scratch and pretty perfect. So I do that on the right side, and then I do the same thing on the left. Smooth it out, curl it, and I do it towards my face. Scrunch it, and then up from there. Same thing. Alright, so like I said, I do it around my face, and then underneath I get pretty frizzy as well. So a lot of times I'll take these. I take probably from about the middle of my neck up into the bottom of my ear. Those underneath parts. And then I usually break this up into about 3 or 4 sections and do the exact same thing. And then repeat on the other side. I really find that this just kind of tells the curl what to do. So mine tend to have a mind of their own. So I find if I kind of give them the right path to go down, they are a bit more cooperative down the line. So I've done the sides and I've done underneath. I can stop there and be perfectly fine if it's just like a day-to-day sort of thing. But if I want to kind of step it up even a bit more, my curls on top are not as curly as the rest of my hair. It tends to fall a bit more flat. So I kind of do the same thing. Not necessarily to discourage frizz like I do here and underneath, but more to encourage the curl up top. So for this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple up top, and I'll concentrate again at my hairline against my face. So I'll just do sections wherever it looks like I need it. And whereas down here I was curling towards my face, my hair naturally parts on the left. But I tend to try to curl the opposite way of the part. So for instance, if my hair my part is on my left and I would come down, you might think I'd want to curl like towards my face this way. I actually curl opposite. I curl this way because I find that it gives my hair more body. But yeah, it's completely up to you how you want to do that. But I'll start here. And like I said, I'm going to curl opposite, away from my face. And I just kind of continue. Sometimes I'll take like a bigger chunk like this. Do back here. It really just depends. But you don't really want to do all of your hair like, I mean, I guess you could do it all. But I just try to do wherever I know I have trouble spots. Kind of do the same thing over here. Alright, simple enough. Alright, I lose quite a bit of hair after I wash it, but. Okay, so then last step here, I just take a towel, flip my head back over, same process when I scrunched it when it was wet. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to take the towel into the hair, scrunch, hold it, and just try to get out the excess moisture. And you just do this all over the head. You don't want to really, you don't want to go into the hair like this, just scrunch. Head back over. And as you can see, curls are pretty much coming through. The ones I did by hand look pretty natural, pretty frizz-free. So you're pretty good to go at this point. You can either leave it like this, let it dry completely naturally. That would be fine. You're really gonna get rid of most frizz by letting it dry naturally. I tend to let it dry like this for about 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes. And then that last stage of drying, I use a diffuser into the hair. But for now, you could just leave it like this and wake up in the morning and you'd be good to go. So at this point, it's been probably, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes that I've let it air dry. Like I said, you can completely let it keep going like this. You can see it's drying pretty well. It doesn't look too frizzy or anything like that, but I like to give mine a bit more body. So usually what I do is I use a diffuser. So most of you, if you haven't seen a diffuser before, it's just this little attachment that goes on your hair dryer. Most hair dryers are sold with one. I think a lot of people just throw it away because they either don't know what it is or don't think that they can use it on theirs. What's nice about it is you just stick it on your hair dryer, and when you use it, you just kind of put it in the hair and just kind of hold it there. And what it does is it concentrates the heat into one section, and so it's not blowing the curls all over. It's blowing them, it's just literally heating them dry all together, so you're not messing up the curl and getting it frizzy. Alright, so it's pretty much dry all over. You can leave it as damp as you want. I usually don't try to get it super dry. Kind of let that extra moisture work its way through. But at this point, in order to keep these curls the way they are, especially overnight as I sleep on them, I use hairspray. I always use aerosol. Rave happens to be my favorite. I have used this since I can remember, probably junior high or high school, likely thanks to cheerleading, but I love it. You can get it at any convenience store or at Target or something like that. I think it's like $1.98, really cheap. I like the smell. I like that it doesn't make it super country. Even though it says 4 times mega, it really isn't one of those hairsprays that's going to make your hair really hard. So I always take this and I just kind of spray it all over. And then I take my diffuser again and I go all over it one more time. And that's about it. I will literally just leave it just like this the rest of the night. I'll sleep on it like this and then wake up in the morning and style it. So at this point I have slept all night, and then I usually get up, throw my hair up just real loosely to get it out of my face so I can wash my face, put on makeup, all that good stuff. So all the hard work's really been done at this point. I really just wake up with my hair pretty much really curly at this point. It just needs a little help to tame it and really get it under control. So first thing I do is I take my blow dryer and I just kind of blow dry all of it, just kind of bring it to life again. And as you notice, I did not use the diffuser. I just used the regular hair dryer. And it's really just to kind of wake up the curls and everything. And then I really messed with the front. A lot of people look really good with like the curls down the front of their face and stuff. I just have never been able to deal with that. I can't stand when my hair is in my face. So I always kind of blow dry it straight. If it's a good day, I can maybe get the curls to go, but typically just to skip all of that madness, I use a flat iron and just kind of get right around my face straight. I don't do a ton of it, but just a little bit. So I usually get the side right here, and I'll straighten it. And then usually front part of my bangs. Is this ideal? Not really, but this is just kind of what I do. I think it's more habit than anything at this point, but If I don't, I've tried to leave it curly thousands of times and it just gets frizzy, and I just feel kind of frumpy when I do that. So I prefer just kind of straighten this front part. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit right around the front. And that's good enough. Try not to use too much heat on it. So we're good there. Then what I do is I actually attach my diffuser to my hairdryer, and I take my Rave again and spray it all over and then diffuse it one last time. All right, so at this point, I'm pretty much done messing with it. And like I said, I don't care for my hair like falling in my face all day. So I usually just try to pin it back a little bit. And my curls underneath are a lot nicer than those up top. So it kind of helps bring those out. So what I mean by that is, at this point, I just usually take kind of this front section of my hair, and I just kind of pin it back a little bit. So I just take a little bit, take my bobby pin, I usually come in from the top, and I usually just take another one, and come in and kind of cross that one over from the bottom so it doesn't fall out. And then pull any of the stragglers down or out or whatever. It's kind of that side. And I lose a lot of hair here, so pull that out. Okay, and then it's kind of the same thing on the other side. I just take all of that, and you can tell where I actually straighten with the flat iron, when I diffuse it again, it kind of gives it a wave back, so it's not like stick straight against my curls. So I just kind of take that, pull it back. So usually what I do is I take it and I'll pull it back kind of straight, and then I'll push forward a little bit so it doesn't look quite so stark back there. And I'll just take it, same thing, and this time I'll just go up and kind of like into my hair this way so you don't see the bobby pin too much. And I'll kind of do the same thing at this top part, just so it doesn't go crazy. Just kind of pin him in. Perfect. And then that's pretty much it. I do one last spray of hairspray, and I use the Aussie, the Sun-Touched Sun. I don't know, I really like this one. It's hard to find these days, but it's not too stiff, but it gives a nice kind of shine all over the hair. So I usually take this, all over, one last little scrunch. I usually have pretty big hair in the morning before I leave, but I find that it kind of relaxes itself over time. So, and that's about it. So I know this may seem like a lot of steps initially, but keep in mind, I don't do this every day. I only wash my hair, if you're lucky, I wash it about every other day. I try to go 3 days whenever I can. I find that when I do this, the curls stay pretty intact for a while, so I can usually wear it down the first and maybe the second day, and then wear it up in some sort of, you know, whatever do that I want for that next day. It works really well for me, and I find that the more I wash my hair, the drier it gets, so the more days I can go, the better and better my curls get over time. So, thanks for watching.